Hello everyone, so what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you a little bit of editing in Adobe Premiere. Now, there are so many tutorials on YouTube that are going to do a far better job than me. I really recommend you just go and look at them. However, I'm going to show you the basic stuff that you will need to get a GCSE in video editing. So for the music video, we've just got some really basic things to do, and for this particular one, I'm just going to look at green screen to start off with. So I've got my green screen footage. I did get a whole range of green screen stuff, but I'm going to go with just this one for now. And we pop it in. When it goes in, you'll notice that it might not be the right size for what you actually filmed it in. Now you can right click and select scale to frame size, and that will then make it the correct size, which it would appear to be. Now, you can click down here and you can actually zoom in and zoom out to give you a bit more control over how finely you edit it. And don't forget, you're not being marked on your acting ability, you are being marked on your ability to edit. So the better your editing, the more precise it is, the higher your grade will be. Now to trim this, you'll notice that that line goes red, and I can basically just drag that along. I can see in the top window the bit that I want. So I sort of just want to go to there. Now I'd recommend that you do this to the music. Now I actually filmed this with the music I'm using. And that was so that I kind of could time it properly when we come to do the proper music video. It looks a bit naff if you're trying to play along to music and you're not actually doing it at the right time as the instruments. So try to avoid that. Okay, now to cut a clip, we can use the razor tool up here, or just press the button C, and you can click on it, and that will cut the clip. Now that's useful for a number of reasons. One is it might allow us to apply effects only to this clip. So let me show you that up in motion. I might zoom in. And then on this clip, I might have a different focus. So it actually means, if I just move those up and down, it actually means that out of one clip, you can get several different camera shots, and you can apply movement in different ways as well by ticking the animations. Now I'm just going to remove the volume to this. I right click and I hit unlink. Now just delete the actual music, because remember, we don't actually want the music on it, we're going to be adding in our own. And so for this bit, all I'm going to do is just create a very simple movement animation. So at this point here, I'm going to have it on the character. Let's just make that a bit longer. And as the character looks across to me there, I'm going to have it pan across to me. So if I come back here, I can click on these animation toggles, and you'll see that puts a little indent, and it says at this point in time here, have these settings applied. And as we move the time along, you'll see this red bar moves along. We can then adjust these settings and it will create new timestamps along here. So I'm going to move the position along to me, and I could increase the scale a little bit, and it will have animated that now. Okay, so there we go. We've got our camera shots and camera movement out of just 2 clips. The next thing to show you is green screen. Now for green screen to work, you need to understand that the layer with the green has to be on the top. A message there. So if I click it there, now what I've done is I've got some footage of slaves live at Reading. I'm not going to, well I am going to actually take my time to get the best possible footage, but for this tutorial I'm just going to slap it in. I'm not going to spend too long sorting it out. I'm going to remove the volume again, unlink, get rid of that. And what I've got is I've got my top layer on there, and if I just mask that, my layer underneath is a bit random, and I'll probably need to go through that footage and select more of this and less of this. But that's a different editing job for a different day. So again, I can right click on this, go to scale to frame size, make it full size. And then I want to apply over here in video effects. I'm going to go to Chroma Key, which is going to be in keying, down to Chroma Key. Now this is really useful because I'm using green screen, but actually you can use any colour as long as it's a solid colour. So if you're doing this at home and you've got a wall that's really orange, don't wear anything that's orange. Make sure your fake tan's not on high level and you'll be fine. You can then use that and you can still cut out the background. So it really applies to any colour, but green screen is traditionally used because, you know, we're not green, are we? No people are green, and clothes and costumes very rarely are green. Sometimes they use a blue screen in those situations where the characters and things are green themselves. And actually, I think that film, I can't remember, Paranormal Activity, all of that stuff about someone just moving things around, that's nothing more than a guy in a head-to-toe green screen suit moving things around. That's all it is, and then they just cut him out of the background. Okay, so anyway, Chroma Key. It says here colour, white. We're going to click the sample and we're going to click on the green screen. Now it's not taking too much away because the similarity to that colour is 0, and as we turn it up, you will see it takes away the green screen. If I go too far, it'll start to take away my t-shirt next because that's close to green, until we end up invisible ourselves. So you need to sort of just slide that until you've got the green screen gone and we're still roughly there. And you don't need to do anything other than that. What you'll have is you will have us performing over the green screen. I'll apply the same one to this. Now what you can do is you can click on your effect, drag it onto this one. Actually you can't, you can press Ctrl C, click on this one, press Ctrl V, and you don't actually have to redo the effects. It will keep it all exactly the same, so you can copy an effect just straight across, which is quite useful. I think it's quite handy. Okay, I'm going to end this bit there, and then I'm going to show you just some other little tips.